Hi everyone. Thanks for ruining the surprise there. That kind of takes a little bit out of the first slide. I'm Josh. I've probably annoyed you at some point over this weekend. I'm the Vice President of KCL's Tech Society. Like Joe said, recently went to Hack the Planet. That was amazing. And I haven't made a presentation since I was about 10, never mind given one. So enjoy. So most of you probably recognize me from Hack London. I was an organizer there. Others of you may recognize me as this sorry-looking bastard. Yeah, that was fun. So I've come to speak to you about, well, three main topics today. First, I'm going to talk to you about hackathon organizing on the day. Then I'm going to tell you what to do when shit hits the fan. And third, I'm going to talk to you a big secret about the hackathon community. So first, hackathon organizing on the day. So this is general tips, like mostly for first-time organizers, just how to run your hack, when you're actually at the hack. This is, bypassing all the logistical stuff you would have covered beforehand. So my first and most important tip, as an organizer, love yourself. You need to look after yourself. This means you need to eat, you need to use a toilet, you need to sleep. You're probably going to ignore the sleeping thing and drink a shitload of Red Bull, so you're going to, at the very least, definitely go to the toilet. But we are all mortal human beings, with the exception of some of the MLH stuff, I think. If you're running on 40 hours of sleep deprivation, you're incapable of making sound, logical decisions. So, my main point on that would be sleep. For God's sake, sleep. I am one of the people that don't take my own advice. So, Faraz forced me to bed at Hack London, which I actually thank him for. I will probably do the same to so many volunteers at so many hackathons. In hindsight, getting a few hours of sleep would have, stopped me from being the narcoleptic wreck that I was by the end of the hackathon. Generally, it would have been a really good idea. Second tip: spare clothing. Now, you see it on a lot of sites now, FAQs, what should I bring? And they say, a change of clothing may be necessary. When you're organizing a hackathon, it's suddenly a lot different. You're doing a lot less sitting down, a lot more running around, trying to, fix the shit that just went wrong. So you're going to be sweating a lot, not going to lie. Bring a change of clothing, just so you got something comfy to change into, either when you finally relax or, when you end up ruining your clothes. Comfy shoes are a must. I remember me and Mark practically actually couldn't walk. We were crippled for a couple of days after Hack London. So yeah, don't be a dick. Wear some good shoes. Next up, love your team. These people are just as dedicated to your hack as you are. They love you. They care about you. They really want to help out, and they are going to give you so much advice. And you should take it, especially if you've got organizing your team, they know. One of the big points, that they will tell you to eat, eat, actually listen to them. They'll tell you to take a break. They'll tell you to sleep, and when they tell you to sleep, go the fuck to sleep. Seriously, I'm going to keep reiterating this point. It is the most important thing. You will get pissed off with this team. When you do, remember, be nice. These people are giving their heart and soul for your hack. They are brilliant people. Treat them as you want to be treated. I guess it's a basic message, but when you're in the heat of the moment, when you've been running around for God knows how long, sorting shit out left, right, and center, you sometimes forget it. You sometimes snap. So just bear in mind. Be nice to your team. They love you. The schedule. So this comes in two forms. You've got your actual schedule for the hackathon, so your things like when your opening ceremony is, when lunch comes by, when you're closing up. And people Hack London, I'm going to use as an example so many times throughout this, by the way. Hack London, we end up pushing things back by about an hour every now and then, and you think it's not that much of a time gap, but after about half an hour's difference, we had volunteers running around everywhere, not quite sure where they're going. Organized, I was bear in mind, I was pretty much main organizers, and I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Keep to the schedule, because otherwise you do end up running around like headless chickens. The second point to that is sleeping schedule. You get a lot of volunteers and a lot of organizers who think they can make it through the night, and so they sort of ignore the sleeping schedule. They decide to sleep somewhere else. And like, I appreciate you can't always drop on command, but if you don't, you end up getting this. I think you probably have seen it a lot at recent hackathons, where you got that sort of Sunday morning skeleton crew that happens. Like, everything's going well, and there's been this team right up until probably about 3, 4 a.m. Sunday morning. You look around, and it's like, fuck, they all go. So, yeah, make sure people stick to the sleeping schedule. At the very least, just make sure they're relaxing in that time, so that if something, God forbid, did happen at, say, 4 or 5 a.m. on Sunday, you've actually got people who are capable of responding to the situation. Keep it brief. When you start your hackathon, you got opening ceremonies. I've noticed all my GIFs aren't working, by the way. Cheers for that. When you start a ceremony, we're vindictive. We make people clap for 2 hours straight and then send them off to their MacBooks, laptops for another 24 hours. It's just harsh, but people are excited. It's really cool. They can't wait to get started. This changes towards the end. When you get to your closing ceremony, people have been awake for 24 hours. They're tired. They've been working for 24 hours. And they are liable to fall asleep. Nothing's worse than standing in front of a crowd that is falling asleep. So, yeah, thanks for that, guys. Yeah, just, like, you should be very proud of yourself. Like, you've done a fantastic thing that weekend, but keep it like a hackathon pitch. Like, make it short and sweet, sort of 2 minutes of going, yeah, look what I did. Look, we did something really bloody cool. And then sort of move forward. Like, don't pat yourself on the back too much, because otherwise you bore the shit out of people. So my next big topic is what to do when shit hits the fan. It will happen. Like, it will happen, but that's okay. Like, we all deal with it a lot. I can, like, put your hands up if you've been at a hackathon and something hasn't go wrong as an organizer. Yeah. Bullshit. So, the big thing is, like, knowing what to do when the shit hits the fan. So, my most important tip for this, 3 simple words. As soon as it happens, calm your shit. Seriously. Like, best example from Hack London, I'm sure many people have heard me on this one, was the food issue, where Sunday lunchtime, we got the food, except it arrived a week early at a different venue. So people went a little bit hungry, and we all ran around swearing. Okay, I ran around swearing at people. Everyone else ran around sort of getting very uncomfortable about the situation, until one of the UCL business guys sort of stood up and just went, guys, you do this, you do this, you do this. It's going to be okay. And everyone just went, huh, that's not so bad. Like, it was a pivotal moment, like when everyone just stopped, looked at the situation, and went, okay, we've got a plan, we'll deal with it. So, yeah, my best advice, calm down, then act. When it does go wrong, you've got a very important resource there, Major League Hacking. They've got brilliant crisis recovery, as I'm sure everyone here is well aware. What you've got to make sure is that you're differentiating between using them when you need them and having them run your hack. Like, they're there to hold your hand, but if they're running all our hackathons for us, then none of us would actually have any point in being here. So, like, use them, don't abuse them. In the similar vein, one thing I've noticed since Hack London, sorry, Mike. One thing I've noticed since Hack London was that me, Mark, Anna, Fares, Maria, like, whenever we attended a hack, after Hack London, we were no longer referred to individually. We were referred to as the Hack London team, which, like, it feels awesome. And it was just like, it was only because we suddenly just joined this bunch of people who actually understand what's going on at your hack now. So what I found over the past few hackathons is that when you got organizers at your hack, it makes things easier, because I think I speak for just about everybody in this room when I say we're happy to volunteer. Like, any hack I'm on, I know a bunch of people in this room who, if something did go wrong, like, I'd be happy to turn around to any one of them and go, look, could you help me out a bit here? Could you talk me down? I'm about to burst into tears. That sort of thing. So yeah, like Organize Your Hack are a fantastic resource. Again, don't abuse them, but they generally volunteer anyway. Once you've got the problem solved, let it go. I'm not proud of that. I'm still not proud of that. It's okay, it gets worse. Mistakes are made, but shit happens, you know? Like, you got to carry on, you got to sort of move past the issue, because if you keep dwelling on it, you'll end up with bad blood. Honest to God, I just wanted some Taylor Swift in my slide deck. This wasn't actually... no, so it's like, it causes issues with your team, like especially for future hacks. Just like future relations, like when you sat there sort of dwelling on an issue that happened at your last hackathon that realistically probably wasn't anyone's fault. Fun one. I'm sure you've heard twice now about the Rugby Boys issue at Hack London, where we had to walk the vice principal of the university, one of the guys from Google, and their children past a bunch of naked rugby players. Naked rugby players, that's the one. Yeah, don't let that happen. It makes for awkward conversations. So let's start wrapping up here. I'm going to tell you the big secret about the hackathon community when you're running your hacks. It's, actually, take a look around you. How many of you noticed something that went wrong today? There we go. Well, if you hadn't pointed it out, and just can you not ruin this for me? Yeah, cheers. The thing is, like, we all sat here and had a fantastic time. Like, it's been a great weekend, but all the MLH staff are sat here going, like, I can remember every fucking thing that went wrong in the past hour. They can rattle off a real list, I can imagine. But what you got to take away is the fact that no matter how wrong things go, like the hackathon community, we got to turn up for a weekend. We got some free food. Like in this case, we got like a decent place to stay, and we had a really good time. We got to do what we love, and you got to remember, like, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit how wrong something goes, as long as they had a good time anyway. So yeah, like, people will always take away a good message. It's a brilliant community that sort of, it always looks after itself. Seriously, the gifts just kind of ruined that one. But yeah, like, it is a community that's giving back to itself all the time. So it looks after itself. I think that about wraps it up. So yes. I mean, thanks for listening.
Thank you very much, Josh. That was fantastic. So, any questions for Josh? He's run away already. You've got one. Just do the one. Just do the one. You need to go back to the podium, Josh.
Awesome talk. Could I get some background on the naked rugby player thing?
Dicks everywhere. Pretty much.
Whoa!
Pretty much covers it. Yeah, no, it was an interesting situation. We got, what was it, about an hour's warning for us from the newspaper team. Yeah, they DM'd us on Twitter saying, just a heads up, we're going to be shooting this in the hall, like in Kings, as you're going to be walking people through. Funny thing was, we spent probably about a month with venue issues. Like, trying to get them to agree to Hack London was, like, ridiculous. But apparently getting them to agree to have a bunch of cocks hanging around in the middle of that event was a piece of piss. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.